Okay. Hey, hola, hola, sec passé, que lo que? Hey everybody, vous allez bien? Hey, it's Jenny La Gringa, and I invite you to go to my channel, Jenny La Gringa, and subscribe so you can see all the adventures that me and my husband take here in the Dominican Republic. So don't forget, go and subscribe to my channel, Jenny La Gringa. Bye everybody, see ya. Hola, ¿cómo estás? Bien, ¿y tú? Hey everybody, hola, hola, Jenny La Gringa here, and I am here in the beautiful Dominican Republic in Punta Cana on my honeymoon with my adorable husband Eric Jr. And we've just been enjoying this beautiful island and sitting out here by the ocean. And as we were sitting out here and it's quiet and peaceful, I was just reflecting on a book that I had read before we got married. Actually, my husband and I both read it, called Love and Respect. And the basic principle of this book is that my husband needs respect for me to feel fulfilled in the marriage, and the wife needs love to feel fulfilled in the marriage. And so it just gives you advice, it gives you ways to respect your husband, and it tells you what your husband needs from you, and the same thing with the wife, what she needs from you, and gives you insight on how a woman views things and how a man views things. And so basically, you know, you can get on this crazy cycle in your marriage where it just evolves where you do something to make him not feel respected, so he doesn't love you, and you do something, he does something to not love you, make you feel loved, and so then you don't want to respect him, and it's just back and forth, this crazy cycle that you get on. And then so in the book, it tells you how to recognize these things and how to come together and to just talk better, give better communication, and to understand how each other's feeling or how each other works, how a man views things, how a woman views things. And so then ultimately at the end of the book, you want to have the rewarded cycle that you get on instead of the crazy cycle. A rewarded cycle, whereas if you're respecting your husband, he's going to start loving you more, and if you start loving your wife, she's going to start respecting you more. And so, but basically sometimes, you know, you feel alone in the marriage and you're the only one doing your part. And so ultimately the part that stuck out to me the most in the book at the end was how our love for Christ should emulate our love for our spouse, and our love for our spouse should emulate our love for Christ. It goes hand in hand, because in the Bible, you know, it says a man should love his wife as he loves himself, and a wife must respect her husband. There's a part in the book that's titled, Lord, when did I feed you? And it talks about the rewarded cycle and how the rewarded cycle will deepen your love and reverence for Christ as you render love and respect to your spouse as unto him. And it talks about the parable of the Last Judgment in Matthew 25:31 through 46. The righteous ask, Lord, when did we see you hungry and feed you? Or when did we see you thirsty and give you something to drink? When did we see you a stranger and invite you in, or naked and clothe you? And when did we see you sick or in prison and come to you? In verses 37 through 39. And the king answers, the righteous says, truly I say unto you, to the extent that you did it to one of these brothers of mine, even the least of them, you did it to me, in verse 40. And so there's a basic principle that we can take away from this parable. So whatever I do for my spouse, I do it to Christ as well. And a husband's unconditional love for his wife reveals his love for Christ. And so the husband who loves God should love his wife also. And so, you know, if you're not loving your wife, then you must ask yourself, am I really loving Jesus Christ? And it would be the same for the wife. A wife's unconditional respect for her husband reveals her reverence for Christ in Ephesians 5:21 and Ephesians 6 through 7. The wife who respects God should respect her husband. So if you're not respecting your husband, then you must ask yourself, am I really loving Jesus Christ? for husband or wife, the conclusion is the same in this book. So basically the principle comes down to you should, just if you're already married or before you get married, just make sure that your relationship with Jesus Christ is solid and strong, and that you put him first above everything and everyone. And then you will be able to, in your marriage, be able to respect your husband or love your wife the way that they need and that they desire to be loved. And then you will have a better fulfilled marriage. And just, of course, I'm not an expert, and I have a lot still to learn, but these parts in this book really stuck out to me, and I was like, wow, that's really, really deep. And I feel like that's the basic principle you should start with, is just your relationship with Christ, and make sure that you focus on that daily. Read your Bible, get into the Word, pray every day, and just because once your heart is right, and once your love for Christ is there, and you're in awe, and you're worshiping God and loving him the way that you should, it's going to be a whole lot easier to respect your spouse or love your spouse, even in those tough times where they don't feel like they deserve respect or deserve love. But God says they do, and that's his command for us, is to love and respect our spouses. So that's all I have for you right now. And if you have any comments for me, put them in below, and let me know. Again, I'm not an expert at this, but I do have a lot of experience, and I have read a lot of things over the years, and tried to better myself to work on these things. And I definitely know that I still have a lot of work to do, and I hope that, by doing this video, maybe I can help somebody. You might read the book and give you some insight to help you if your marriage, even if your marriage is great and going strong, you still could read this book and get something out of it. So I will see you next time. See you later. Jenny Lagringa here. Bye.
Hey, we're counting on you.
Okay.